Hi, my name is Tim Gillingham with Gold Tip, and today we're going to talk to you a little bit about how to build the Pierce arrow up for hunting usages. Now, what I have in my hands here is the three arrows in the Pierce family. I have the Pierce Tour, the Pierce Platinum, and the Pierce Hunter. Now, the Pierce Tour is built as a target arrow, comes 001 straightness plus or minus half a grain. If you want to use this for hunting, you'll have to, purchase your components separate, but it can be used. The Platinum is a 0025 straightness, comes with a ballistic collar and insert system. It's a two-part system, and a knock collar to help protect the end of the shafts with the GTO knock. Again, you have a plus or minus half a grain weight tolerance on it. And then we have the Pierce Hunter. It's got the same insert system as the Platinum. It's a 006 straightness, plus or minus 2 grains, and comes with a GTO knock installed. Now let's get started. Okay, so what I have in my hands here is a brand new dozen Platinum Pierce hunting arrows. Now you'll see they come shrink wrapped for protection, and then we have the insert system shrink wrapped to the end of the shaft. The knock collars come installed with the GTO knocks. Now, one thing you're going to want to pay attention to is this weight coach sticker on the end of the shaft. This tells you the grain weight of these shafts in the dozen bundle, and it allows you, the next time you go to purchase arrows, to compare what your dealer has in stock, and allows you to buy arrows based on the weight code. If you want a little more information on that, go to our YouTube channel. We do have a video called Understanding the Gold Tip Weight Code, and it'll give you a little bit more information on that. Now let's get to the next step. Okay, so let's take an arrow out of the package and show you the first step in building the very best arrow that you possibly can. And we do a video called Building Better Arrows on our YouTube channel. If you want to watch that, it'll show you kind of the whole process. But basically what I try to teach everybody is to take a Pine Ridge arrow spinner like this. Now we've extended this one out a little bit. I like it a little bit better when it's a little bit wider. It's a little more balanced. But simply, I just take every one of these shafts, take me a silver Sharpie, and if I'm cutting this shaft down to say 28 inches, I know I'm cutting 4 inches off the 32-inch shaft, and I'm basically just observing it when I spin it, and then I'm going to mark it accordingly. Okay? Once I've marked all my shafts and cut them, I'm using the very straightest out of every single shaft that's going to build me the very best set of arrows. Okay, now that we've already spun all our arrows, got them cut, we've got them fletched, let's show you kind of some of the basics and some of the options that you have with this arrow. Now, the Platinum comes with the gold tip knock collar. The knock collar is specific in size to the shaft. Okay, you have to have a 340 for a 340, and so on and so forth. The collar actually is just a reinforcement that fits over the end of the shaft and protects it from impact. Okay, there's also another option that I really like also. We have a pin knock bushing. So you can run a pin knock bushing in the end of the collar and then run a knock similar to the one in this Pierce Tour here, and it creates another option for you as a bow hunter. It's my preference. It really protects it makes a very, very durable end of the shaft, and I think you'll really like it also. Okay, switching gears to the front end of the arrow, let's talk a little bit about this unique insert system from Gold Tip. It's a two-part system, and one of the challenges is mounting a broadhead to a small diameter shaft is the insert system. So what we've come up with is a two-part system. The insert itself is actually standard for all the sizes of the Pierce shaft. So you have one size of a insert and then different multiple sizes of the actual ballistic collar that fit over, and that just shores up the whole thing and makes it more durable. So first you're going to take the insert and you're going to glue it into the shaft. Now, you may choose to use a glue like Gold Tip's Tip Grip, and it's a phenomenal glue. You'll never get those inserts out. They will not come out on you. Myself personally, I like to use a little hot melt. I use a soft craft style hot melt that takes very low temperature. You need to be real careful when using hot melt with carbon, but I like to do it that way. Once you get the insert installed into the shaft, one of the things that you need to really pay attention to is this collar. Okay, so now we're back on our spinner. Every serious bow hunter, target archer needs a spinner like this. You need it for broadhead alignment, you need it for doing things like this. So now that I have my collar on, now sometimes I will actually glue this collar on, but if you choose not to and you just choose to loose fit it, you still want to put the arrow on the spinner and spin the collar. Okay, spin the arrow and spin the collar. If it's wobbling, then rotate the collar. And I like to take a Sharpie like this and actually mark it so I kind of know how much I'm actually spinning it. So I'll spin it, a sixth of a time, a turn at a time, until I find that insert is spinning perfectly. Okay. Once it's spinning perfectly, then I can put my broadhead on. But let me show you what I kind of like to do. I'll light a torch, And after I've glued the insert in, I will take a little bit of hot melt like this. It's real soft craft style hot melt. Don't heat the arrow, heat the stick. And I'll put it right on the carbon and a little bit on the aluminum, okay? And then just lightly run it through the flame, you know, really quick. Just enough to soften that low temperature glue. And then just push it on, okay? Then push it on and rotate it really good and spread that glue around. That just kind of tends to secure the collar in place, okay? Okay, and then let's go back to our rotation process. Okay, so I got a little bit of wobble in there, put a little bit of heat to it, and let's just rotate that around until we eliminate that wobble, okay? Okay, so right there we've virtually eliminated every bit of wobble out of that point. Now you're going to have your broadheads and your field points spinning a lot better. If you'll follow that technique, you're gonna have zero problems with this arrow, and actually it is one of our most popular arrows this year. We get just tons of pictures in, and the bow hunting community has really come to love this shaft.